Mick, 3 games in charge, and there's a bit of a common theme, fighting hard to be in the game at the 60-minute mark, but unable to go on with the job. Are you getting closer to doing that?
I'd like to think so, Matt. We're letting teams get away from us early on and pulling them back a little, and we keep coming up with penalties in yardage, some little errors in yardage, and letting the other team back in. Again, we had to build our resilience in our D early on, and right at the moment it's not acceptable, and we need to start better as well.
There was a big error at 22-18 coming off your own line, and then they score from it to put it out of reach. That was a key moment, was it? Yeah,
for sure. It does make it tough when it's 2 scores ahead with limited time, and puts a lot of pressure on the play you have to have after that. So, the game was all set and done by then, really.
And from a positive perspective, Matt Burton tonight, talk to us about his performance.
Yeah, I was happy with Matt. He mixed his game up well, and he troubled the opposition, and he kicked the ball well. He's a complete player, and I really enjoy coaching him.
On another positive note, I think Jake Amarillo went pretty well at fullback. Can you maybe explain the thinking there, just in terms of naming Allen and then playing Amarillo from the start at the back?
Well, Corey's played fullback and previous, but Jake's also played fullback in lower grades and in representative footy in his younger years, and I've been keeping an eye on him probably over a longer period, but since I've been at Canterbury, again he was ready for a challenge, and I thought it was worth a risk to take, and I thought overall he had a pretty solid game. I know he made a couple of blues, but he's a footy player, and I think he'll get better in that position.
Is it something that we can expect going forwards, that we're going to see him to the end of the year or for a couple of weeks?
Oh, we'll see him there next week, I think. Again, there was a couple of overplays there early on, but there was signs of life there, and I thought I thought he overall had a solid game.
Josh, some really good touches from Josh Adokar tonight. As a teammate, did you see a bit of fire in him this week after missing out on the Origin team?
Well, that's what he's like every week. I don't think that really played a factor. It was great this week. You wouldn't have known that he missed out on it. He's always energetic, and we saw that tonight. He chases everything, and he competes, and that's why he's such a good player. So I know he was a little bit disappointed at the start of the week, but he keeps performing like that. He's going to put pressure on the players that are in there. So he was fantastic.
I'm guessing you'd endorse him for an Origin recall?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, mate, you know what you're going to get from him every week. He's high energy and he's competitive. So that's what Origin's all about for me.
And people talking about the outs Penrith had, but some pretty significant outs for you guys with Luke Thompson and Tavita Pangai in the forward pack. Did you feel like you guys missed them tonight?
Yeah, I thought so. Particularly at the start of the game, I thought we were probably struggling a little bit to get out of yardage, and that's where those 2 guys excel. Yeah, for me, it's just similar story to the last couple of weeks. Poor discipline, particularly in yardage, and then decision making with the footy in crucial parts of the game was poor again tonight. And until we start learning how to control the footy and how to manage a game, it's going to be very hard for us to win. And that's not saying that we're that far away, because we had them at, what was it, 2018 or 22-18 at one point. That's where we've got to be smarter and manage the game a bit better.
Mick, do you think you'll get any of those 2 fellas back, Tavita and Luke, next week?
Oh, there's a possibility. I'm not 100% sure, so we'll just have to just wait and see. So again, I think that the team that we had out tonight, I think, can do a good job, and as Josh said about our decision making, was just a little bit erratic and a bit too bubbly and in the situations, and making errors in yardage, just not good enough. Giving penalties away in yardage, not good enough.
3 of the tries, two from kicks, and obviously Berto close to the line. In spite of that, you're still seeing a bit more coherence when you've got the ball in hand.
Yeah, well, I think we're actually breaking teams up a little bit more, and I'm actually, apart from our overplaying, I'm quite happy with our attack, but again, we're just giving the other team too many opportunities, and we're not resilient enough to hold them out.
Do you think there's... Sorry. Do you think there's... I'd like to know what you think in terms of benchmarking, obviously, because Penrith away is like a pretty big ask for any team in the NRL, let alone one that's obviously not had a great season such as yourselves. And whilst I know everybody wants to win every week, I'm interested to know what sort of benchmarks you set for yourself coming into a game like this that you discuss with the boys and sort of aim towards so that you can look forwards on a longer trajectory.
Well, I haven't discussed any long trajectory at all. All I've discussed was about winning this particular game, and I thought it was a winnable game, and we put ourselves in a position where we possibly could have done that, but again we didn't, and the other team were just better than us tonight, and they put the gloss on it at the back end and took the game away from us. So we literally, with our handling and our ill discipline, we need to fix that up and give ourselves a chance.
How did Matt Duffy take the news that he wouldn't be playing tonight?
He was okay. He obviously he wasn't happy about it, but again he was amongst all the team tonight. He was on standby and he was upbeat. So he's a professional and I think he's a possibility of bouncing back and being back in the frame. But he'll now get to play tomorrow up in Newcastle and see what he can come up with.